Hey guys, it's Rolo501 here, and today we're doing a replay contest within my clan. I've picked out 3 of the submissions to me, and we're just going to have a look at them all. The person who comes first will be awarded with 1,000 gold at the beginning of next week. Hi guys, this is the replay that is going to come third in this compilation. This is Silent Gentle Fox in the FV-207 British Tier 8 Artillery. I don't normally feature artillery replays as they're normally a bit too slow paced and boring for me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the game to show you the best shots of it, and I hope you enjoy. At that point, the FV-207 took out that Type 62 Unicum player with a blind shot while he was on the move and killed him for full health. He then slams a Tiger 1 in the side, doing 1,083 hit points. Then he hits the SU-152, doing 496 hit points. Here, as you can see, Silent Gentle Fox picked up almost 2.5k damage, and for his 3 shots he got 3 kills. It's all in all a pretty good game in artillery, and one best than I'd pick up because I'm a pretty awful artillery player, and that's why he is awarded 3rd place. Coming in a close second, guys, it was really difficult to decide this one. We have the Cromwell Berlin, driven by Bob Sim. As you can see, he's on Sand River here, and he's getting into a nice assault position and just picking apart the T-67 there with the tremendous rate of fire on the Cromwell B. The only difference between the Cromwell B and the Cromwell really is it's got a much increased traverse speed. I believe the Cromwell's is somewhere close to 30, whereas the Cromwell B is more like 52, I think, but don't quote me on that one. But the Cromwell B loses 1mm of side armour, which beg to differ whether it's much of a sacrifice. But nevertheless, 1 T-67 down, not at the hands of Bob, but he did a big slice of damage to it. And he's just going down the hill there, so as to get into the trench. Now, on the new version of Sand River, the trench is a very useful place, especially on team battles, as it provides a route directly from A3, not A3 even, E3 to H8, and this is covering it from fire from both this side of the map and this side. And Bob's using this trench to get around unseen as he moves from position to position, advancing and taking out enemy tanks. As you can see, Bob here is using a lot of aiming in 3rd person. Now, the benefit is that of aiming in third person is that if there are any destructible items in the way of your tank and the enemy tank, you can still see their outline through it, rather than having to kind of guess where they are if you're in sniper mode. And also in third person mode, it's a lot easier to move around and auto aim. And Bob gets his first kill on the T-34 and then destroys the M3 Lee whilst doing quite a bit of damage to that KB2. He spots a Krewella and blows it up. He then sees that there's a KV-1 and SU-100 threatening the base, and a T-1 Heavy has joined their forces. He gets quite a bit of air there, and then begins to engage this KV-1. Notice that he moves quite a lot and uses auto-aim. This is a very significant tactic in the Cromwell and Cromwell B, because it has a very fast aiming gun and a gun that's very accurate on the move. It's important to consistently move, and it's a very good tactic to try and auto aim whilst moving in the two Cromwells, as after all it's a very fast medium tank. He gets an advantage position and begins to attack the SU-100 from behind, and he finishes him off. He's now picked up 1.5k worth of damage, and this is when he begins to attack the SU-85, sorry. He only takes 142 damage from the SU-85 whilst killing him for full health. And then he begins to move up. He's now spotted a KV-85 who appears to either be AFK or botting. But I think even a bot can auto-aim. He seems to have just written this game off as a loss or a win and gone to make himself some dinner. Bob has now picked up 5 kills and done 2.5k of damage in the Cromwell, which is simply excellent. He's then rather eager to complete his Top Gun, and he goes into that rock formation over there, but I don't think any of us will judge him for that. And he gets a very lucky fire there, getting his Top Gun, and he begins to progress further along with almost 3k damage done now.
Permission to engage. Target unlocked. Enemy is hit. Target injured. Radio range reduced. Target unlocked.
He's now done 3.2k games, health worth of damage, and he's now taking out this M6. But his rate of fire isn't that fast, and the M6 takes him out with the 90mm that is equipped on this tank. As you can see, the rest of the replay is rather uneventful, as the M6 is 1 versus 8, and it's very unlikely that this person is going to win this game. But Bob has had an incredibly good game, picking up almost 3.5k's worth of damage. The only reason this game did not come first in the battle is because the next replay outclassed it only on kills, and it was a simply amazing amount of kills, more than I've ever got. And rather than showing a game to come up as first that has done a lot of damage, which nonetheless was incredibly good, I think it's incredibly impressive the amount of kills the next person managed to pick up. But let's have a look at the post-game stats. You can see in this absolutely fantastic game, Bob picked up his first mark of excellence, a mastery badge, fire for effect, demolition expert, meaning he ammo racked with that grill, arsonist against the SU-100 was it? I can't remember. Spotter, duelist, bruiser, of course high caliber for his ridiculously good amount of damage, the top gun, scout and patrol duty. In the end he did 3.4k damage, picked up 6 kills and ended with 1,793 base experience, which is really good. And of course the medals. He made a very nice profit on this one, although I don't think this is taking into account all the auto repair. Well, it isn't, but nevertheless 93,000 is a very good original profit to make. He fired 41 shots, 30 of those hit and 28 of those penetrated, meaning from what they hit most of them penetrated. Most of what the damage that he did was in close range, which is the speciality of the Cromwell, and not to mention that he ended with 3.6k experience, which is really good. So this is why he is rewarded with 2nd place. Now in 1st place we have Chorb here in his T-34-85 Rudy. This is one of the special Berlin trio, and it is much like the T-34-85 with several small differences. As you can see, it's got the Rudy insignia on the side there, and it's got the paw prints on the barrel. I'll also highlight when it comes up, there is another rather large difference, not just in counting in the fact that every single crew member in the Rudy comes with brothers in arms, but also there's a rather quirky difference that only applies to the Rudy. Now he's set up a very aggressive position here in the D6 location on Erlenberg. He's just trying to find some shots here, but so far he hasn't been able to acquire any targets, as they've all been at rather far distances and in good cover. There is a slight glitch in the replay. I don't believe that the Rudy is quite this inaccurate. It's a bug in the replay, and I'm sure that the Rudy is a lot more accurate when moving than this. He goes for a little bit of demolition there, and he spots an enemy Matilda that he has shots on. Yeah, as you can see, I'm sure that the reticule isn't actually showing off the Rudy's true accuracy, as he's picking apart this Matilda with the really impressive fire rate of the Rudy. So that's 1 kill, 370 damage done. And there you heard it, the 6th sense icon went off there, and you heard the little bark of the dog. The dog barks whenever the tank is spotted, and I believe that this tank actually comes with the commander trained in 6th sense. I may be wrong there though. Rudy is now going into an aggressive position against this KV-1S, and KV-85, sorry. I've played this game for way too long. I'll have cut that out, but the phone decided to go off just while I was recording, which is always great, you know. He's now finished off the KV-85 and is now engaging this KV-1. The KV-1 has a pretty decent fire rate actually, so he's able to compete with the Rudy's fire rate, but since he diverts his attention to the VK, Chorb is able to pick up another kill. The VK was set on fire, which puts him on low enough health for Chorb to pick up another kill. Now Chorb is one of 2 people left in this game, as he puts a brilliant shot into the Jagdpanzer IV, which sets him on fire, and he doesn't even need to put in a second shot, doing 432 damage in one shot. He then has a brilliant engagement with the box tank on the move and picks up his 6th kill. He's now secured the top gun. The enemy box tank decides to rage because Chorb managed to kill him, which is always reassuring of a good player. I don't know if you detected a hint of sarcasm there. The Cromwell is now boxed in between both the VK and Chorb picks up his 7th kill. He managed to bounce off the Cromwell. I don't know if because he was on the move, maybe that shot went a bit off course and hit his track or something. But nevertheless, he manages to pick up his 8th kill, securing his Radley Walters medal. You can hear the little bark of the dog again, as his last remaining teammate is taken out, and he is just picking apart the enemy T-34-85. He exposes himself a bit much to the Jagdpanzer IV here, and loses quite a lot of health, but nevertheless, 9 kills have now been secured, and it's now 1v1. Now, the thing about the Jagdpanzer IV is, it isn't terribly well armoured, but due to its 45-degree sloping, and it's got quite a hefty gun mantlet, if you get unlucky and hit a piece of angled armour, or you manage to hit its gun mantlet, you may not penetrate. Chorb puts in a brilliant shot there on the Jagdpanzer IV, putting him on a 2-shot kill. I believe this gun has a 180 alpha damage, yes. The Jagdpanzer IV is now on 1 shot, and this is when that gun mantlet starts to troll Chorb. They are now both on 1 hit for each other. And due to the replay bug, I can't actually see how accurate the Rudy would be in a normal situation. So I don't know whether it's the fact that Chorb may not be aiming for the weak spots, or whether it's the fact that the T-34-85 has some bad dispersion on the move, which I think is the more likely case, as Chorb appears to be a very good player. It's now the case that the Jagdpanzer IV is putting pressure on the cap in an attempt to get Chorb to expose himself. So Chorb is backing off until the Jagdpanzer IV has no longer spotted him, and then he goes around while he's unspotted and moves to a different location. This way, the Jagdpanzer IV should still be focusing on the previous location. I imagine he'd be very tense right now, as if he pulls this game off, he has a Pools medal, which is one of the much rarer medals along with the Kolobanov's medal. One that I haven't actually got. And Chorb picks up the 10th kill. This was an excellent display of how to use the strengths and cover the weaknesses of the T-34-85 Rudy incredibly well, and his good play really paid off in an incredible game. So, Chorb, you will be credited with 1,000 gold to your account on the whatever the date is next Sunday. As I said, this competition at the moment is going on fortnightly, and people in my clan are participating at the moment because the channel's quite small at the moment. So if you would like to send in your replay and you're not in my clan, then please do. The replay contest is open to anyone that would like to participate, because it's all about growing the channel. And also you have the chance of winning 1,000 gold. And let's have a quick look at the post-game stats. As you can see, Chob managed to pick up the Mastery Badge, Fire for Effect, Arsonist, Duelist, Bruiser, the Pools Medal, Defender, High Caliber, and of course the Top Gun. He did 3.2k damage, picked up 10 kills, and got 1,600 base experience. He fired 29 shots, 26 of these hit, and 21 of those penetrated. Again, he mainly did all this damage at close range, much like the Cromwell, and every single tank he hit, he killed. He received a base XP of 1,605, and once everything was taken into account, he received 3,129 experience and made a pretty decent profit on this game of 66,000. Thank you very much everyone for participating in this competition. Chorb, you get first place and 1,000 gold next Sunday, because that's when I get paid. And congratulations. Thank you for sending it in, and as always, thank you for watching.